Atom. The atom is the smallest particle we know. We previously explained that the atom is made of a nucleus, which contains protons and neutrons. As you see in this picture, the nucleus in the middle, and the protons have a positive charge, while the neutrons have no charge because they are neutral. Outside the nucleus are the electrons, and the electrons are negatively charged. And as you see in the schematic, the electrons revolve around the nucleus, and they are arranged in energy levels. Let's look at the atom from another angle. You see the nucleus in the middle, and the numbers you see on the levels are the maximum number of electrons that this energy level can hold. So for example, the first level can be occupied by a maximum of 2 electrons only. The second energy level can hold up to 8, the third also 8, and the fourth energy level can hold 2 electrons. Now let's look at an example and explore the chlorine atom. You see this schematic of for Cl and the nucleus in the middle, surrounded by energy levels or shells occupied by electrons. Chlorine has 17 electrons that are distributed in the following matter: 2, 8, 7. So 2 in the first energy level, 8 in the second energy level, and the remaining are 7 and they occupy the third energy level. So as we said, the first shell is occupied by only 2 electrons, the second by maximum of 8, and 2 plus 8 is 10. So the remaining is 7 electrons to reach 17 electrons. And these 7 electrons occupy the third energy level because it can hold to a maximum of 8. So this was the chlorine atom and the distribution of its 17 electrons on the energy level. Let's continue with the chlorine atom and write its Lewis dot structure. Lewis dot structure is the representation of the symbol of the atom, and the electrons are around the symbol represented as dots. Take a look at the last occupied energy level in chlorine. It's occupied by 7 electrons, and these are called valence electrons. So valence electrons are the electrons that are in the last energy level, and in this case, in the case of chlorine, there are 7 valence electrons, and they are occupied by the third energy level. The Lewis dot structure of chlorine shows the symbol of chlorine, Cl, in the middle, and around it are the 7 valence electrons. We add the electrons clockwise or anti-clockwise, and then we start making pairs. So first add one by one, and then start making the pairs. So as you see, 7 electrons for chlorine because there are 7 valence electrons. So to know the number of dots, you need to know the number of valence electrons. They are the electrons in the last shell or energy level of an atom. This was the Lewis dot structure of chlorine, which has 7 valence electrons.